guys, welcome back to Various Corner. It's Emily here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys all the books that I think I'm going to give 5 stars. I have 7 books here that are not on my what I will read in 2021 video that I truly think that I will give a 5 out of 5 stars. I hope I read them this year, but knowing me, I probably won't, but let's just put it in our mental TBR wish list. You guys will keep me accountable. But before we start the video, please like, please subscribe, and comment down below. All of my social links are down in the description box below, as well as my Amazon wish list if you would like to gift me a book. Now let's get on into the video. The first one I feel like is a given. It is the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This book, everybody from Book Talk to Bookstagram to BookTube speaks about this book, gives it a 5 out of 5 stars. I don't know too much about it, except for it's about Achilles and Patroclus. It's Patroclus. It is. And I believe their friendship and then their romance, I think. Everybody says it hits you in the feels. I truly think it will, although I don't know too much about mythology. People say that you don't need to know too much, so I'm just going to go in blind. But I think I'm going to tab this book and highlight and underline. I think it'll be so cute. I definitely think I'll give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I just don't know what to expect. So I'm going into it blind, but with really high expectations. Maybe I should lower it. Now we're going into a different kind of vibe, but still like heartbreaking. A Little Life. I feel like if you're on BookTube, you've seen this book, maybe even on Bookstagram, but this is such a hard-hitting novel. Basically, it follows 4 college classmates and their friendship and their ambition, and it basically shows their fame, fortune, addiction, success, and pride. I am so excited. Every single person that has recommended this book always says that they don't recommend it lightly because it will break your heart into a billion quadrillion pieces. Like, I know that wasn't a word, but they say that this will leave you depressed to the point where you just don't know what to do with your life. Like, you don't know what book you're going to pick up next. I don't know. So I'm going to film it, do a little reading vlog on it to like ruin myself. I don't know. But I'm so excited. I feel like this is going to be such a big good cry, and I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I know I will, and it'll be amazing. Honestly, my heart will break, but I will love it. The next book I think I will love is Homegoing by Achilles. If you have seen any of my videos before, you know that Transcendent Kingdom by Achilles is 5 out of 5 star, like top tier book, one of my favorites of all time, like hit me in my feels. That has like such a personal imprint on my heart. And my aunt gave me Homegoing by Achilles. She said that this is one of her favorite books of all time, and I was like, we have similar tastes. I love you so much. Basically, this follows, it's in Ghana, 18th century, and 2 half-sisters are born into different villages, each unaware of the other. One will marry an Englishman and lead a life of comfort, and the other will be captured in a raid on her village, imprisoned in the very same castle, and sold into slavery. This sounds literally so amazing. How have I never heard of this book before? It's won many awards before, and the cover is stunning. It's beautiful. I love Transcendent Kingdom. My aunt says this is her favorite. I know it will become a new favorite for me as well. Just Achilles, I think, has become a staple, and whatever she writes, I think I will 100% read. The lighting has changed. I don't know if you guys can notice it, but The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. This kind of gives me Homegoing vibes by Achilles because it follows 2 twin sisters who are identical, and they grow up together in a small southern black community, and they run away at the age 16, and then they live completely different lives. So one of them, many years later, lives with her black daughter in the same southern town that she tried to escape, and the other one is across the country, and she secretly passes for a white person, and her white husband knows nothing of her past. However, even though they're across the country, their fates and their lives will intertwine again. So just like Homegoing by Achilles, my aunt also read this. She said that she really enjoyed this. I got this a while ago, and I haven't read it. I got this 2 Christmases ago, so I need to read it now. I truly think this will be such a heartwarming and thought-provoking novel. Just like Homegoing, I feel like it'll be just so amazing, and it'll be a staple on my shelves. The next book, a lot of people know about, and it's a lot of people's favorites, and it is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I've had this on my shelves for years. The only reason I haven't picked it up is because it's huge, and also because I'm not a huge fan of historical fiction. Like, not that I don't like it, it just takes me a while to get into it. Like fantasy novels take me a while to get into. It's just not the vibe for me. But once I do get into it, I love it. I read The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, which is also a World War II novel because this is a World War II novel, and I loved it absolutely. Just gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I know that I will absolutely fall in love with this work. It will be amazing. And apparently this follows the woman's war. So like the woman's side of things, it follows two sisters separated by years and experience. So I guess sisters and family being separated is a theme in this video, but everybody loves this work. I've seen it on so many different people's like end of the year favorites this year, so you never know, it might be on this year's end of the year favorites. I don't know, but I'm very excited to read it. I think it'll be really good, and hopefully I'll stick with it. Hopefully I'll actually read it this year. Another book that I've had on my shelves for years, The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. This, I believe, is about a girl named Lei Chen Sanders, did not see her second last name, and she's absolutely certain about one thing, that when her mother died by suicide, she turned into a bird. So this is a contemporary novel, but I believe it's mixed with some magical realism in it, and she basically goes to Taiwan to meet her grandparents for the first time and kind of just deal with her mother's death and go through the grieving process, but also mainly to find the bird that she believes is her mother. She also has to deal with the reality that when she was kissing her best friend and her crush for the first time, her mother was taking her own life. So everybody says that this book is really, really beautiful, that it's really, really heartbreaking, but in such a good way. And they say that it deals with grief very, very well, that it's a really good representation of that in, you know, the mother taking their own life. Everybody says that it's really good grief representation. So I'm excited about it. I feel like a lot of these books are meant to make me cry. Oh my gosh, all of these books. I mean, I guess that's how you know that you have a good book on your hands, if it makes you feel some type of emotion, especially crying. So hopefully I think it's really, really good. Now the last book that I think I'm going to give a 5 out of 5 star is a memoir called Know My Name by Chanel Miller, and this follows Chanel Miller, but she is mostly known as Emily Doe, who was the person that got sexually assaulted in a college. And basically this is Chanel Miller coming out and saying, this was me, I hated how the system dealt with it and how the college dealt with it and what happened, and it kind of goes through everything. Definitely look up the trigger warnings with this book, but every single person I've ever heard or seen that has read this book loves it and says that it's like so impactful that it's a must read. The Washington Post says a gut punch, and in the end somehow also blessedly hopeful. I think this book will change my life. I truly think it will. It's so impactful because I think this year it came out that like 97% of women has been harassed by somebody in some type of way, whether it be sexual assault or like somebody catcalling you. It's just horrible what women have to go through. It really is. So I feel like this will be such an insightful read and honestly so beautiful. So those were all the books that, even though I don't show you all the time, I still think that they are going to be a 5 out of 5 star read and that they will be one of my favorites of all time, at least one of them, I hope. A lot of them are POC rep, so I hope that you guys got some inspiration, some recommendations, and I hope that you pick them up. Let me know which books that you've read and you enjoyed. Please subscribe, comment down below, do whatever you want to do, and goodbye!